Yo, 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 new day, new day. I am now on a wireless controller, which is, I've always been, but I've had it wired for all this time, and I never really realized that I could just like connect it to Bluetooth. Well, I understood that, but it's a bit of a long journey searching, pressing the Windows button and searching Bluetooth. And then after all that hard work, there's still the hard work of pressing the on button, to turn Bluetooth on. That's a long and, unforgiving journey. So I've only now undertaken that adventure, the adventure of a lifetime, and converted to wireless controller. This is so fucking stupid. Damn, that was a clean kill. Alright. But hopefully now we won't have like connection issues, because that's just been a reoccurring issue, is that I get to specifically Oro and Mato, and then I just my controller disconnects and I had to switch to keyboard and mouse and keyboard. Well, only keyboard technically. And before I realize what happened, like why my controller isn't connecting, then I gotta remember that no, the WASD is not the movement keys. And then by that time I only have 1 health left, and I am, one of the guys is 1 pixel away from me. That is generally what happens. I can't decide that. That's just fate, Stuff happens. But today we're trying something new, and hopefully it works. I don't know. There's not a lot of thought behind it. I just hooked it up to Bluetooth. I don't really remember why I had it off, but I have some sort of, vague memory of that, like my controller not pairing well with my headset, which is also Bluetooth. Which doesn't really make sense, right? That's not really how Bluetooth works when you have like a, an actual fucking Bluetooth dongle with it, and it is wired, but that might be what fucks it up, because it tries to unwire it when it's not actually, when the headset isn't wired. So one of them has to be wired, is essentially what I'm trying to say. Maybe that's just, that's just a theory, a gay theory, that whole spiel. Oh, I got some Cage Tech, little not really posters, but just stickers, which is awesome, which is goated. It's some new merch that has been dropping from none other than Rusty Cage. Yes, you heard that right. Rusty Cage is alive. I don't even know if I mentioned that. If you know who Rusty Cage is, you are updated, so you don't even know. You don't even have to. I don't know what I'm getting at. Anyway, his new merch, his new brand is Cage Tech. The whole shtick is that he's essentially a robot or some sort of thing that has been like brought back to life. Like, the shtick is he killed himself, and then technology has gotten so advanced that they brought him back to life, and is making him do like a television show. And the corporation behind, getting him back to life and, making a whole series of Rusties to just buy is, that whole thing is called Cage Tech, which I really like. It's also just so, uncanny somehow, the design. I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's, it's the logo of Rusty Cage, and then just a bunch of spirals, essentially, like hypnotizing spirals, which fits really well. So I bought 2 of those stickers, one for my gaming computer that is just a sticker collection at this point, and one for my guitar, which is, the purpose of that is also to become a sticker collection. This is the first in the collection, which I am very proud of, being, that being the first one. Because, God, I love Rusty Cage. Rusty Cage, just his music in general, absolutely peak. He was essentially my, funnel into this, like, weird, mysterious, I don't even know how to describe it, side of music. That was Rusty Cage. That is absolute peak, and still is. His fucking Lemonade song, absolutely goated. Just his entire series on, what's it called, like the Guillotine series. That's also something I got. I got a fresh, brand new fit in the. I got a shirt, which is also just, rusty merch, which on the front, nice and simple, just like a tiny little logo. On the back of it, an entire, like, like how to build a guillotine, essentially. Like, actually build a fucking guillotine. What's it called? Schematic for a guillotine, and that is fucking hilarious, I think. So I got that. It was a tiny bit pricey. Thank God the what's it called? The delivery fee was essentially like a single $1. That's it. Even though I think it was delivered from like Spain or something. I don't know. It was pretty awesome, pretty goated. I don't know why it was delivered from Spain. The guy lives in Florida. Who knows? I don't know. The U.S. is fucked right now, by the way. The East Coast is, frozen over, and the West Coast is in flames. It is essentially Punk Hazard, is what I see it as. And then some tornadoes in the middle, probably. I don't know. I don't know America lore. I just know that a bunch of shit is happening, and the entire fucking country is in chaos, which is pretty funny to look at from the outside. But not very funny when you realize that this might very well affect the entire world. But, getting political is not fun, so let's talk about something fun instead. Cyberpunk. Okay, that was a bad transition. Shit. God damn it. Cyberpunk. I began watching Cyberpunk 2077. Is that? No, that's the fucking game. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I began watching that because I've never really watched it. I've had it I know I've had it downloaded on Netflix for at least 2 years. Just ready to watch with full intent on watching it, but I have never gotten around to it. So that's an entire thing that I've been watching while not playing Barrow Trauma for the last couple days. Whenever my ass hurt from sitting in a certain way, whenever I have out-positioned all my sitting down positions, I go and lay down and watch some TV instead. I am a very active guy, as you may have inferred. Today was different though. I actually had work to do, so I had an excuse to get outside, and now I don't know, there were so many fucking folks at the restaurant. Not really, but we had a reservation for like 15 young fellas, and young fellas, let me tell you, young fellas can fucking eat. And they even came early, so I wasn't really prepared for them to come in. They came like an hour early. It was miserable. It wasn't miserable. Because I am Chad, I am awesome sauce. So obviously everything went as planned. Uh-oh. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's weird at work. I don't know. There is some whole, backstory lore, which I guess I can get into. This is, the entire thing. This is the entire point of these videos. Okay, so, wind back a couple days, right? Like a half a month, when I said, yo, I need some more, I need some more money in me bank, and then text me captain and say, Yarg, send me on some more voyages. And then he said, "Hey, Lieutenant, let us do that." And then I got some more shift at work. But, he fucked up. Me captain did a whoopsie and said that my voyages only were from fucking 2 instead of 12. 14 instead of 12, which is essentially just 2 hours a day that I just lose, is what I thought. I just looked at it like an hour ago or something. This is fresh news. I thought I lost like 20 hours of work or something, which is a lot. So why not just give me like, fucking 2 days off instead? And give me full days. That's the thing, like, whenever I have work, I can't really do much, outside of that in one day. It's just mentally too much, I guess. So especially when I clock in that late, quote unquote late, 2 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. It's, it's a lot that is just kind of wasted, because I do absolutely nothing in terms of just productivity, so I could be at work instead. So, that's a whole fucking thing. But, essentially, I looked at the stats here, and realized his fuck up means quite little to me, actually, because it's only, like, instead of, like, 20-something hours, it's only 4 hours in total I lose. Granted, it would have been 8, but one of my coworkers, I don't know, he fucking shit on his knee or something like that. Got taken to the hospital this morning. Texted me like literally 2 minutes before his shift started, like, yo, can you cover my shift for me? So that's pretty hilarious. That's pretty funny. So I did that, and I gotta do the same tomorrow, which would have been. Which I would have been clocked in at 2 p.m. So thank God for that. I got I get a couple hours extra. I am still broke as hell, and I do not have enough money for the Japan trip. But we're doing a broke ass Japan trip. That's also gonna be funny. That's not gonna be fun at all. Actually, I take that back. Uh-oh. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm doing good. I'm doing awesome stuff. I am, in charge of the entire thing. It's weird actually being in charge of, the entire restaurant for once. Because sure, I can do it. I just don't fucking want to, right? That's the thing. So, it's essentially just the half of the entire day, and, closing is on me. I have, it's on me if anything fucks up. I might have left the fridge just kind of do its own thing. It was fucking yelling at us when I got up from the basement, just, foraging, gathering, getting shit done. It was fucking yelling and screaming, and I just turned it off and on again, and I hope that's enough. I hope that's good. It didn't yell at us for the like 5 minutes afterwards before we went out again. I didn't check it. Maybe I should have done that. Oh well. Whatever happens, happens, right? Fucking Cyberpunk, right. Cyberpunk, pretty goated so far. I am at episode 7, so I have, just seen, I guess spoiler alert, I've just seen Main, go sicko mode, go psycho, and, fucking die. Fighting off the big bad guys who, okay, to be fair, in that moment, he looked very much like the big bad guy. But, Main, overall, he just shows, for me, he shows the average guy, not the average guy, but, the average cyberpunk, like, the mindset that you just gotta, chrome the fuck up. And, if you're already so far, you're always too deep into this, replacing your body with parts shtick. And you know, after a good fucking while, if your body can't handle it, you just fucking turn into a cyber psycho, they call it. Which is, you know, it has been fucking like somewhat like demonized, I guess. Throughout the earlier parts, some guy's brother died, you know, one of the crew members died. Pretty fucking fast, and they take it fucking seriously whenever a cyber psycho appears. You know, and usually they just kind of appear out of nowhere, but, you know, here, with, you know, being so close to it, you know, quote-unquote close, we actually see the development of it happening. Like, he could control himself to some extent, but not nearly far enough, and it is very, very foreshadowed that this is also gonna happen to our main character guy, if he doesn't just straight up die first. Who knows? But yeah, I also feel like in this show a lot of time skips happen, not necessarily in the bad way, but you know, it just kind of, you know, the show overall needs a lot of time to just like develop, not really develop, but just, you know, make relationships seem important, you know, because I feel like for us, the show itself could have easily been fleshed out way more with like quote-unquote meaningless side quests. They would of course have not been meaningless, but a lot of this is just like montages of the gang doing something, which is fine. I like that, but there's a lot of times where they just also don't show the montages, and that's a bit goofy, but I respect it. It gets the point across, right? That our boy David is getting, you know, attached to these guys. But that also comes with the drawback that I am not as attached to, for example, Maine, as David is, and that's kind of, you know, that's kind of a shucks, right? But it is what it is. It's still a hit, right? But that's like, you know, I feel like that fits very well with the world, that it is this, you know, fast-paced. Like, there's a lot of shit happening. And that's kind of also the point with the entire world of Cyberpunk, is that they, like, everything is fucking happening at once. You are, oh, that was crazy. Like, there is so much shit going on, right? And everything is so fast-paced, especially for the lifestyle these guys lead, because that was kind of the thing. Like, before, like, they balanced it really well with, like, before he became like a cyber fucking edge runner. Cyber runner? Edge runner. Before he became an edge runner, David, they used like 2 or 3 whole episodes to just like show him and his mom, or you know, mainly him, just doing shit. And that's also a pretty good excuse to just, you know, what's it called, like, introduce characters, like, what's their shtick. Like, okay, we get his shtick now after like a couple episodes, and then we can see him finally, like, how he develops and how this world affects this guy who, you know, thinks he is the shit. Right now he is still the shit, but, you know, less the shit than he's used to. I don't know if he's used to, I don't know. I still really, I can't, god damn it. This is not meant to be like a degradement of the show. It's great that it has me turning my gears like this. But I can't really, like, at all times, I can't really get a good read of David, because he is just all over the place. And of course that's also, you know, again, the point, but also this is like due to this, like, he is very much, the show is very much like, not rushing, well, I guess rushing, everything is so fucking fast-paced, and his, you know, our main character guy's development is also very fast-paced. That's like kind of the whole shtick, I guess. is like how much this world can change you if, you know, if also we just see where he comes from. This world can also just not change you whatsoever. From like all of the slums are basically just people gooning on the sidewalks, right? That is all they fucking do. So if you have access to this, like, this type of world, you can easily just, you know, live in relative comfort. And that's pretty much it. That's cool, that's alright. But, you know, for the people who want more, you know, it's not a world really made for them, exactly. It's a, you know, this world is basically a world made for the rich. I still don't get the full picture. I haven't played the games either, but apparently they're connected. Like, you know, very connected, essentially a one-to-one. Uh-oh. So that's pretty funny. I don't know, I have the game. I have had it for quite a while, but I just have never played it. To be fair, it is a, you know, I have gotten it through very suspicious means, if I do say so myself. AKA, I let some app data mine my computer, and then I got the reward of, hey, you get to pick a game that you want. Obama, fin there. So that might not be the best thing in the world. I tried playing. I also got another game, Watch Dogs 2. Yeah, it wasn't 3. It was too long ago. Watch Dogs 2. I tried getting, and I tried playing it, and after, like, you know, right after the tutorial mission, the game just crashed, like, 3 times in a row, and I don't know, I was not very, I didn't have any expertise back then, so I just accepted my fate and thought, yeah, this is a bad version of the game, which is probably also the case. But, you know, now I don't even know if I have access to Watch Dogs. I don't know, I have so many games scattered across different, like, platforms, in terms of, can you move? Alright. So, water break. Yummies. I just said that I am in, like, economical, fucking deep issues, right now. Which is true, but I am still addicted to monsters, which is pretty bad. But I have bought a case of, like, 8 of them, which I've said to myself, that's gonna last the entire month. No more than that. And I am, 2 days after I said that, I am already 2 monsters in. So that's not the greatest. But, it is what it is. It's just, I don't know. It's addicting in a weird way, where I can easily, like, if I don't drink it for, like, 1 or 2 days even, it's not a problem whatsoever. But I just get into a very bad habit of just going on monster rides. That's not what I'm gonna fucking call them. I go buy a monster, chug, and then I think, wow, that was great. Let me do that tomorrow also. And then that cycle just continues for like a week, and that's really bad, both for my health and for my bank account. Yikes. So I felt myself getting into that spiral again, but I have now restricted myself to, well, I guess that's like, I have 6 left for the entire month, the entire rest of the month. One of them is gonna shit, man. This is, I don't know what I expected. I didn't heal whatsoever. One of them is gonna be gone on Thursday, because that is D&D day. we also have another D&D day the next Thursday, so that is 2 gone. Then I have 4 for the rest of the month, which we're already halfway through the month, so it's not too bad. But again, I'm gonna try desperately. Oh well. My yap is over. See you later. Goodbye.